I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your traveling true crime connoisseur today.
We're just two normal girls obsessed with dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And here's your disclaimer. The following crime chat contains adult content and will have descriptions of pretty violent, well, the scenarios maybe, but the what happens in this story is very discerning.
Oh
So your
boy.
listener discretion is advised.
Before we get into that, Kat, what shenanigans have you been up to?
I started, since I finished American Psycho, I started reading the book you got me for my birthday, and it's not popping up on the screen.
Coming up. Which I can't see it.
The Book of Unusual Knowledge. It's a
Ooh.
ghost. You can't even see it. The first chapter was about Hollywood and movies, like movies and
Mm-hmm.
television.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in chapter 2 right now, but I wanted to read you a quick excerpt of something that I think you would like. And
Oh,
you may know
okay.
this already. So between 1891 and 1855, the population of New York City nearly quadrupled. This growth convinced city planners to build a large open air space. Initial plans mimicked the public grounds of London and Paris, but it was eventually decided that the space should evoke feelings of nature, complete with running water, dense wooded areas, and rolling hills. Do you know?
Central Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Central Park was one of the largest public works projects in New York during the 19th century. Some 20,000 workers reshaped the typography of nearly 850 acres. Massive amounts of gunpowder, more in fact than was used in the Battle of Gettysburg,
Wow.
was used to blast the rocky ridges, and nearly 3 million cubic yards of soil were moved. At the
Huh?
same time, 270,000 trees and shrubs were planted to replicate the feeling of nature.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a big project. You know what else is a big project? A lot of people don't know about this.
Hmm.
So New York, Wall Street. Wall
Yeah,
Street is downtown. You
right.
you stand on Wall Street, you could see the water.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is Manhattan ended at Wall Street. There
Oh,
was no downtown. So the
yeah.
Bowery, all that,
Is that
that's
man?
landfill.
That's oh man.
That's
Oh,
garbage. That in
it's
everything
garbage.
past Wall, like so on Wall Street, there's this famous Trinity Church.
Uh-huh.
It's Gothic, it's beautiful. A lot of
Yeah.
celebrities get married there.
Yeah.
Um, but Manhattan stopped at that church. And like everything after that is, and the huge part of the city is down there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's all built on garbage. They
Wow.
extended the city. Yeah. It's
But other
crazy.
than that, I did just download the
Mm-hmm.
Arvelia. I'm not exactly sure.
Arvelia.
Arvelia. Okay. Have
Mm-hmm.
you read it at all? It's our friend Dana's book, Chatter. Dana Henley.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's on Amazon.
Yeah,
Did you get a hard copy?
I did.
Yeah. Have you started to read it? Right.
Not
Have you
yet, no.
started to read it yet? Okay.
Not yet, but I'm going to. I'm planning. It's not like a large book. I mean, it's like this
Yeah.
thick, but like
Yeah.
um from what because we did an interview with her
Yeah. Yeah.
and her and her co-author Lewis Deedman, and the book it's kind of like it's giving me divot box.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, she gave me a couple of
Interesting.
little hints, but
Yeah.
she also said that it's going to be like a trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's two more books coming out.
Yeah. That's
So
awesome though.
I know.
Congratulations, Dana. I
Hey,
downloaded
congratulations.
it to read on the cruise.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
I've got
Kat, you asked me to do an intro on the 70s. Like
yeah.
you weren't specific. You really didn't you said you can include some crime. You were like, you kind of just threw it at me. And I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what?
Because it's gonna
I'm
set us up for our traveling scenario today.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I figured I just did like a hodgepodge, and I'm
Okay.
gonna call this my intro is called my That's the 70s rant. I'm gonna rant about the
Okay.
70s,
The
okay?
70s were wild,
They
man.
were wild. America in the 1970s was a great time to be alive.
Yeah.
Assuming you enjoyed chaos, fear, and the constant feeling that society was being held together with duct tape and vibes. The optimism of the post-war years was dead, buried, and not coming back. Vietnam wouldn't end. Watergate proved the government was lying. Shocking, we know.
Gasp.
Yeah, gas lines stretched for miles, and inflation made everybody broke, but somehow we were still expected to smile about it. Cities were thriving in crime, murders, robberies, and assaults skyrocketed while police departments were overwhelmed and underprepared. Mental health institutions were shut down, thank you, Geraldo Rivera, with no backup plan because why think ahead? And
Yeah.
suddenly a lot of very unstable people were just out there wandering around, doing their thing. And I remember Staten Island was a hot spot for that.
Yeah.
It was Willowbrook. Geraldo Rivera got his big break on Staten Island when he shut down Willowbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what they were doing there was criminal, but
Sure. Yeah.
there was no plan for them. They just shut it down and they just said, open the door, said, okay, go to the streets.
There you go. Here you go.
Horrible. It was horrible.
We fed you and housed you, and now you have nothing.
Yep. And while America was busy pretending that it's all fine, nothing to see here, serial killers were having the decade of their lives. We're talking about names that became household nightmares like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and the Son of Sam. Law enforcement didn't have profiling yet. Oh no, departments barely spoke to one another.
Yeah.
And crossing state lines might as well have made you invisible because there was no collaboration.
That.
whatsoever.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Honestly, if you were a predator in the 70s, the system practically handed you a roadmap. The Zodiac taunted police like it was a game. Patty Hearst got kidnapped and then joined her captors because, of course she did, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
UFO sightings surged. Satanic panic was just warming up.
Mm-hmm.
And parents were convinced Halloween candy was poisoned, despite zero evidence. Oh, and fashion, absolutely unhinged. Bell bottoms, so wide you can lose a small child in them. Polyester, everything. Harvest green, Harvest gold, pea green appliances, the color combinations, and that looked like they were chosen during a blackout. The serial killers blended in even easier because everybody looked suspicious.
Kind of get to that too.
And here's the kicker. People still trusted strangers. Doors were unlocked. My doors growing up were never locked. I never had a key. I never had a house key.
Yeah.
Kids like Kat and I roamed free. Hitchhiking was a thing. Turns out the call was coming from inside the decade. The 1970s weren't scary. They were a masterclass in what happens when society looks the other way and hopes for the best. And as history showed, hoping didn't stop anyone. So that is my 1970s rant. Tried to cover as much as I could.
So I tried to make the story a little fun because it's not a fun story, but not to necessarily minimize what actually had happened because it was very serious, but it's also highlighting some of the issues systematically that happened during that time frame. So today's story is about a man who was, by all accounts, a TV repairman, which in the 70s basically meant he had a van and he knew how to hit the side of a wooden box until the picture stopped flickering.
Right.
Remember hitting the TV? And back then, that was magic. You show up with a tool belt and a mustache, poof, you're basically the Wizard of Oz. You fix the boob tube, right? But right? But while he was supposed to be fixing the vertical hold on your zenith, he was actually nursing some, we'll say, extreme mental health red flags. But this guy's like, hey, if I angle this screwdriver just right, I could also ruin multiple lives.
Oh my God. It's terrible.